r/Nosleep. Posted by u/Storma4. I moved to a new community, and the rules are strange. So after a long time I decided to move to a new place, somewhere I haven't been my whole life. You know how it goes, the bird flees the nest and all that. After searching I found a nice affordable apartment complex that spanned 2 blocks and had its own power plant and a park. As anyone could see, I took the amazing offer. They had a lot to offer: voting stations for voting time, gyms, food places across the street, schools across the street, parks, train access. Who wouldn't take the offer? After I finished moving and I collapsed onto the floor and just sat there for God knows how long until I heard the doorbell and some knocks. I sighed standing up since I didn't expect anyone. I went to the door, unlocking it and seeing a friendly-looking man standing with a paper and a bag. The man looked towards me and smiled, and I looked at him still confused. "Hello?" I said, weary of the smiling man at my doorstep. The man started talking. "Hi neighbor, and welcome to, well, your new home forever. My name is Darren and I live in the second building. I came here to give you a welcoming gift." The man thrust the bag into my hands and I took it, looking in to see a bagel with cream cheese and one of those iced coffee Starbucks bottles you get at delis. I looked up at the man and smiled. "Thank you for this and nice to meet you, Darren. I'm Alex." He held out his hand for a handshake and I took him up on the shake. Then I saw him handing me a long piece of paper with a bunch of writing on both sides. I looked confused and saw his smile fade away. "These are the rules to living in this community. You seem like a nice man, Alex, so I will tell you that you need to follow those rules. You don't want to know what will happen if you don't. Well, bye now." His smile returned and he walked away, going downstairs before I could even utter a response. I looked at the paper as I closed the door. Guess they always need to have rules in a community as big as this, I mumbled to myself. I sat on the floor again and started reading. I will list all the rules that stuck out now. 1. After 10 p.m. until 6 a.m. don't get too noisy, and if you start hearing loud bangs on your door, turn off all sound in the apartment and hide in the closet. Do not open the door. I stared at the paper. It seemed like a normal noise warning, but the last part seemed odd. 2. If you are in the elevator and an elderly man or woman asks you to hold the door for them, do it. Ride up with them and respond kindly to anything they ask or say. Once you get off, tell them to have a good day. If you don't do any of this, the following will happen to you. The elevator will stop between floors and, well, we don't know the rest, but there are reports of screaming during these times and then a person goes missing. You should assume the worst. This has been dubbed by the younger people as "old gratitude." I just started laughing as this must be a joke on the new guy. I chuckled and continued reading. 3. If an elevator has an out of service sign on it and then opens to reveal a dimly lit elevator with stains over it, don't go in it. This elevator does not go to any floor that you want to go to. Some younger members of the community dubbed it the Hellevator. 4. If you are on the elevator and it stops on a random floor and nobody gets on or can be seen in the hallway, recite the phrase, "I am just a traveler passing though, I wish you no harm." Strongly and firmly. The elevator should close and go to your floor then. This has been dubbed Johnny's floor in relation to a man named Johnny who was brutally murdered in the elevator years ago. They assume it's his spirit trying to find his killer. It is speculated that every apartment on that floor is full of gore and death. 5. If when walking down the staircase you hear heavy thuds from above, run as fast as you can to the lobby. We do not know exactly what is up there, but one person caught a glimpse of a distorted man while running and looking back. 6. When outside, do not go on the grass when the sprinklers are on. The grass devours all water, and if you make contact with it, all the 70% of your body that is water will be drained and you will shrivel up. As well as that the decomposition is nearly instant. Before I could continue reading, I noticed something in the corner of my eye. It was vaguely humanoid but dark. I jumped up thinking someone was in my house. "Who's there?" "I have a gun." I said that knowing that I was lying, and if an intruder decided to test me on it I would surely lose that fight. I walked into the room I thought I saw it in, but there was nothing. I thought it was just from reading all those weird rules, but I feel like all those are just a prank, as I said earlier, the old freak out the new guy routine. I sat on the bed in that room and continued reading. 7. If there is a blizzard while you are outside, get to cover as fast as you can. This area has light snow but no blizzard is natural. We aren't sure what the things that prowl the blizzard are, but we know they hunt people. Don't be surprised to notice a dead body after a blizzard ripped to shreds. There is a reason why the floodlights are always on. 8. If you are caught in a heavy rainstorm with equally heavy winds, try and keep all skin covered. The rain ages organic material at a high rate. Even leather jackets and other jackets of the sort are affected. 9. If you are ever outside and you see a man coughing heavily outside and smell the smell of sickness, run. If he gets close to you, he will infect you with something we don't know. We only know that it kills very fast and it is very painful. You have a half hour before your whole body is reduced to slush as your skin then bones then organs start to liquefy. 10. Living here you are basically immortal, natural causes like old age or illness cannot kill you, besides what the man in the previous rule has. You can still be killed unnaturally, let that be by other people or by whatever the things that occupy here are. There is one catch: once you leave the city by even a centimeter, all the years you left behind will catch up. I have seen this happen to a man who was around 230 years old. He left the city and instantly his body became bones. 11. The final rule: we will update you later this week. You should have noticed a figure in your peripheral vision. Those are in every apartment. They are docile unless you provoke it, which is something not recommended. They are ancient, but just think of them as a friend. They can talk as a voice in the back of your head. We also don't recommend lying to them because they will know. Good luck and enjoy your stay. The company op. I sat there in a stunned silence and heard a voice coming from somewhere in my head. It said slowly and almost breathlessly, "You lied. You lied. You lied. You lied. You lied." I shuddered and started to think this wasn't a joke. Then I realized my fatal mistake. I lied to the figure about the gun and I threatened it. I wrote this out as fast as I could because I don't think I have that long left. My door is closed and locked, but I see the figure next to my bed. Hopefully I can click post fast enough. Hey, it's Alex back again, and good news, I didn't die. Here's the recap: I moved to a new community and got a weird set of rules. I also provoked some apartment guardian thing I called the figure. Now on to the story. First things first, I did what some of you had said and apologized to the figure. It went along like so: "Hey, I'm sorry for lying and threatening you. I thought you were an intruder, but now I welcome you here." The figure: "I understand. I apologize for making an entrance like that. You can call me Willis. I will be your personal friend." Me: "Oh, nice to meet you, Willis. I'm Alex. Nice to meet you." I realize that he doesn't seem that bad, so I won't press more on that matter. He did tell me to finish reading the rules, so here we go. 12. When there is a blackout, stay in your apartment. If this is not possible, do not enter the staircase under any circumstance. It is dangerous enough being outside of your apartment, but going into the staircase is worse than death. It doesn't always kill you, and dying would be the biggest mercy possible. We have had multiple people come back from this and they have never been the same. The ones who aren't completely broken told us the staircase becomes a timeless void. People feel like they drift on forever until they blink and they are on a table bound by restraints. They say some type of doctor comes up to them and torture them. They say it starts small but gets worse and worse. The man who told us this told us a lot. He said first the doctor took a scalpel and removed his nipples. Then it went onto his fingers, leaving only a thumb left on a hand. The source told us every time an operation was finished, the wound was automatically sealed perfectly. Continuing the operation, the doctor removed the man's lips, then nose, then ears. It went on to toes, and lastly it removed his genitalia. After the man came back, a full examination was done and all the wounds looked like they were there from birth. Blackouts happen once every month. After I read that, it took me everything not to gag and throw out the rules. I struggled on and kept reading. 13. Late at night, if you are outside and see an old lady walking with a face mask on, avoid her at all costs. If you come into contact with her, she will ask you about your family. You must say, even if you are lying, that you need to go and that you have family at home waiting for you. If you do not do this, well, we don't know. We sent someone to check and they never came back. 14. Late at night, if you are outside, do not jaywalk. If you jaywalk, nothing will happen until you go back across that street. This is possible to survive if you are agile and can react quickly. What will happen is a truck will materialize from nowhere driving at high speeds with its lights off and run you down. To escape from this, you must run to the other side. As long as you are on the road, you are in danger. 15. At the high school across the street, do not ever go under the bleachers after dark. There is something down there that prowls at night. We do not know what it is, but there are many reports of missing children. The high school has a lot of rules as well, but unless you have a kid going there, we do not give you the rules. 16. Final rule. Do not stray too close to the power plant. The workers are not people and are very hungry. Enjoy your stay. The co-op. I set down the paper and sighed. I just got myself deep into shit, but I think I will stay. This kind of reminds me of a real-life SCP Foundation or something like that, with a bunch of weird abnormal things all over. I think I'm going to stay. It seems interesting, and there's rules and all I need to do is follow them, right? I decided I will do one thing to see if everything is really real, though I do have Willis to prove that. I waited till around 2 AM and went outside to get some food, and checked the jaywalking thing. I was walking and I stopped. I saw an old lady in a face mask. I remembered the rules and I decided to go the long way and avoid her. I arrived to the big road and I saw the light was green and the walking light was red. I saw no cars and I crossed. As the rules said, nothing happened. I got my food and started walking home. I looked both ways, no vehicles, so I crossed the street and then I heard it, a trucker's horn. I turned and saw from nowhere an 18-wheeler appeared driving faster than I thought possible from a truck that size. I leapt out the way and ran onto the sidewalk. I panted and looked back at the street and saw nothing. I went home still shaking and ate my food with my eyes staring into nothingness. So I guess this is all real and not a really elaborate prank. Well, that's all the rules I got, but let me know if you want me to try and get the high school rules. I should be able to. Just comment if you want and I will get them. Also, somebody said I should try and get some stories from Willis and I think that is a good idea. So if you all want me to do that as well, just let me know. If requested, I will do the high school rules, then the stories from Willis, and maybe I will ask other people for their stories, since due to the immortality thing all the people probably have good stories.